So obviously with a large number of cases that we've been dealing with over the last 5-7 days or so, we have been doing some upgrades on our back office systems. That's allowed us to re-profile the cases we've seen by LGA areas. There was a little bit of backlog in that work, but pleased to see it's been done.
More cases than 1 or 2 of a day that was updated?
Yep.
This time, was it as justification as to why you needed statewide restrictions because you weren't revealing it was just a few suburbs?
No, there's no relation to that. I think we had literally thousands of people out there chasing down 3,500 people who were primary close contacts. That surprisingly was the focus of the last 5 days or so. We've had everybody focusing on that. There was indeed, we've had some options about what to focus on. We've talked here before about, I think, a Commonwealth dashboard. We had to go to get that sorted out, so we've dealt with that. So that was a nice thing to have done. I would have loved to have done it a few days ago, but it wasn't at the top of my to-do list.
The team is far more resourced than what it was at the start of the second wave.
Yeah, they've been quite busy. Yeah, they've been quite busy.
Given our system isn't perfect, we're going to see more and more cases of the virulent UK strain. Why aren't we using rapid antigen testing up there at Howard Springs to sort of detect these cases before they go home to their families?
Well, look, I mean, we've got, as we've just shown, to be honest, in the last 24 hours, we've got a huge capacity now here in Victoria to do gold standard. I will use it only in this context, PCR testing. So we used it, but we've done a whole series of reviews around antigen testing and alternative testing modalities. We've done a whole lot of work with the Doherty Institute around looking at different testing platforms. What that tells us is that nasopharyngeal swabs are by far the most accurate form of testing, and that's why they're the absolute spine and platform for all of our approach. And as we saw in this particular case, even they, at very, very small percentages, can sometimes give misleading or wrong results. So we've looked at antigen testing. We're continuing to do some trials on antigen testing. We will be looking at doing some antigen work within the quarantine program going forward, but it is an additional measure. It is not an alternative measure. We do not believe that provides an additional substantive control at this point. We are looking at doing some day-14 testing and possibly day-16 testing in some cases if we really want to be sure, particularly with hotel quarantine cases with the UK variant, that we have absolute certainty around their exit.